Good morning, everybody. Today is Monday, and it's currently 4:53 a.m. I have a little less than half an hour to go before I get ready and go to work. So I wanted to make this video just in case the day gets too crazy later on for me to actually make a video. Thank you for tuning in, and I am going to make this video about another design that I did in the past. Okay, so what was this design for? Well, I was pretending. So if some of you have played Diablo 4, or some of you grew up playing, for example, Diablo 1 and 2, and then 3, made by Blizzard, that famous game. I mean, who doesn't know about that at this point? I wanted to create some levels for Diablo 4, and I did this before the game was out. However, by the time I finished designing them, Diablo 4 was already out, so I'm gonna pretend this is for Diablo 5. Now, just to be clear, what I mean by that is I was doing this for fun, just giving myself a challenge. If I was to create a new level or a new section for Diablo 4, in this case, let's say Diablo 5, which doesn't exist yet, what would it look like, and how can I tell a story around it? So in this particular design, it was mainly a portal. So in Diablo, you know how you have a lot of portals to work with. You know, if you are the character here, for example, right, you got your sword, wicked sword. Maybe we'll give it some color. Your flaming sword, and you'd be coming from this side. You know, going up the stairs, and then entering through. That's it. Like, that was the level. So, and as far as let me make this full screen. As far as design goes, I wanted to make this level so that there's a bridge. Make sure I'm not drawing on the same layer. And let's go ahead and work with red because it's a lot easier to see. I wanted a bridge, and I wanted down here to be volcanic activity. So see, volcano. And I wanted volcano also to be pouring through, because it just creates a super cool looking scene all around. All right, so that's what I wanted to do. And let's pretend that this was pre-built, okay, by, I don't know, whoever built this place. And same, clearly this was, you know, man-made. And then natural rocks were forming around it over time. I don't know, whatever, something like that. What I wanted to do was, at the entrance, I had all these roots going upwards that are basically pointing up, and then you see damned souls stuck in them. And right at the top, there's this statue of a demon that is sort of hugging the portal, and his wings. So he's not really moving, or maybe he slightly moves with a bit of like a, you know, he has this evil smile on his face. He enjoys watching these souls being tormented. And his wings, I wanted so that they're kind of they're sort of alive. They're just like they're just constantly moving. It's similar to how the angels are designed in Diablo games. They have these really cool wings, except I wanted to give it to this demonic being. Also, I wanted to include some feathers, and then inside the feathers you have these sort of tentacles, I guess, but they're not really tentacles. They're just And I don't want to use the word light because light would make sense for angels coming from God. Whoops. That was weird. Sorry about that. I don't know what that noise was. So we got the wings, and perhaps like some kind of just like a live energy that's just moving around. I wanted to put once again roots everywhere, and these roots, they're just basically extending all around. Okay, extending all around. Why? It creates again this arrow effect where it's guiding the eye of the viewer to look all around. And I wanted to connect it to basically souls, to look like there are souls here trapped all around. And these stairways, why? Because it just makes us so uncomfortable that if you're standing here and if you come any closer, you will naturally fall in here. It just if you're playing and this was a video game, you'd want to be careful when you're exploring around here, basically, before entering through the portal. And I wanted to put two different horses across from each other, just staring at each other and looking basically down as you pass through here, because it's cool. It looks cool. I mean, this is entertainment design, really. Yeah. So that was the sketch, and different stones, different patterns on the door. It's really it's a mess. It's supposed to be like candles and skulls everywhere, roots everywhere, natural stone patterns that were built here, but now some parts that are broken, because when you break things, it adds character that this place has been lived in. It's not a brand new place, and it just something else to actually let your eyes wander around for. So that was, excuse me, that was the sketch. I will turn that off quickly. What do I have here? Yeah, so this was the painting that I did. You can see that I changed a lot of things in the painting compared to the sketch, because that's just natural that when you're sketching, there are things that you put together, and then later on you realize, I don't really like the way, for example, these man-made stones are put together. It just looks more like a science fiction environment instead of a fantasy environment, fantasy realm. And I realized that when I started painting it, it didn't look right. So that's why I said, you know what, I'm gonna change that, and that's totally normal. So in this case, this is the full painting. As you can see, let me pull up a new layer, and this time draw in white. If I zoom in, you could see I drew what? Yeah, that's good. I drew a whole bunch of skulls around, point at the right here, and you could just imagine that if you were a character, again, yeah, there's a nice looking character. Maybe a shield on its back. Maybe it has a staff. And give it some blue energy. Something like that. And maybe drop the opacity, and we will make it so that it has some kind of an energetic force around it. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Why not? Why not? Drop that back to 8. Normal brush. and you're passing through. You see all these skulls, you see the bridge, underneath the bridge, and you see the two horses with their fiery eyes. You're passing through, and here, let me just do this. Going up the stairs, the candles, the skulls more up the stairs, and you see this grand white light in front of you, which draws you in, so you actually want to go, enter through. When you look up, terrible painting job. So the damned souls are kind of not so visible anymore. They're just like blobs of paint really at this point, because I know you would be looking at the image at this distance really. That's why I guess I didn't care too much about detailing it out. The demon doesn't really show too well at this point, but anyway, and those are his wings, so you could just imagine they're just alive and the wings are just moving constantly. And I wanted the stones, like I said, you could see what I drew previously I left underneath, and then I decided to create these natural rock formations, and around the natural rock formations you have volcano flowing into this, I don't know what it's called, basically this base of this portal, so that it just makes it a very, very, very dangerous place. Clearly it's not a friendly place, and if you're going to pass through here, you better be ready for what's to come, type of scenario. It's a typical video game scene. Some souls here, you can see their faces are projected, they're stuck in these natural stones. More souls here. So yeah, that is my fun little project that I did. And then for those of you that have played Diablo 2, when you go and battle Diablo, when he summons, he says the following words: "Not even death can save you from me." I wanted to, as a joke, I made that in an old video where I made it so that I had a stick figure here, and the stick figure, I made it so that it looks like he's approaching this portal, and as he's doing that, this light projects quickly, and then this shadow, and then this, my own Diablo version, it's that I put together quickly. And yeah, basically it's like boom, 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 and then and he's like, "Yeah, not even death can save you from me," and as a joke, and basically he says, "Ah, heck no," and Rira just runs back. So yeah, that's it. That was the fun little project that I did. And I have one more design that I would like to share, and after that I'm pretty much gonna start making drawing videos. I tried a stream yesterday. It was, honestly, I was blown away. I thought nobody would be watching it, so I could just relax and get back to drawing, because I haven't made a YouTube video in about 9 to 10 months. That also means I haven't really drawn in about that same time frame. So even drawing just feels awkward, let alone suddenly 22 people logged on. I was like, whoa, what do I do now? And I was trying to read the comments by twisting my head on my camera. I'm like, it was a good experience. It definitely was uncomfortable, but nevertheless, I am very thankful for all the people that showed up and stuck around and decided to just enjoy the moment, start a conversation, and yeah. That's it. I'll wrap this up. Thank you so much. God bless you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.